Hi, Pastor Brian here with your Thriving Through Hope devotional on how to be a better leader at home, work, church. Today I want to talk to you about sacrificial generosity. Last Sunday in all three of our gatherings, Pastor Mark Robinson taught on the topic of growing in generosity. And if you weren't here, if you missed them, I encourage you to go back and watch. On March 15th, my wife and I are going to be facilitating a class based on the best-selling author Randy Alcorn, titled The Treasure Principle. The Treasure Principle is based on the words of Jesus found in Matthew chapter 6, where Jesus said, "Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, or where thieves break in and steal. Store up your treasures in heaven, where moth and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desire of your heart will also be." So here's the treasure principle. You can't take it with you, but you can send it on ahead. Again, you can't take it with you, but you can send it on ahead. Randy says God wants us to relocate, not renounce our treasures. For us to practice the treasure principle, we need to grow in sacrificial generosity. The writer of Hebrews said, "Do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices, God is pleased." So God is pleased when we make sacrifices for others. This reminds me of a story of a young girl named Tiffany from back in the days when I served as the Next Gen Director of the Oregon Ministry Network. See, one summer there was a youth group in Pendleton, Oregon that decided to do something very unusual. They decided to do a sacrifice missions trip. Now that simply meant that they would raise all the money like they were going to go on an actual missions trip, but then instead of going, they would sacrifice all those funds and give them to a missionary so that they could receive their very first Speed the Light vehicle. In the group was a 16-year-old girl named Tiffany. Now, Tiffany had been saving her money since fourth grade to buy herself her very first vehicle. When she heard about the sacrifice trip, she began to pray and ask the Lord what He would have her to do and what sacrifice she should make. The Lord spoke to her and said she should give all the funds that she'd been saving for her own car. That was a big sacrifice for God to ask of her. She told me she argued with God, but ultimately He won, and she gave all those funds to help that missionary. That is what sacrificial generosity looks like. Someone giving up something that's dear to them so someone can have what they need. And so today, Tiffany is 24 years old, and she serves as a missionary in Paraguay. I'm very proud of Tiffany. And I love that story. You know, it's easy to believe that money can make you happy. And in a way, it can, but only if it's used for the sake of God's kingdom. See, when we store up treasures in heaven, we experience not only the present joy of giving, but also the wonderful favor of a future reward. If you would like to learn more about the treasure principle and join the class, it's going to happen on Tuesday night starting March 15th right here at the Albany campus. You can learn more and sign up at hope.church/treasure. Now go make it a great day.